You know that feeling when someone you love, someone you trust, rips apart everything you've worked for? That moment when their words hit harder than any failure, and you realize you've been nothing but a pawn in their game? My name's Cole, I'm 28 years old, living in a quiet neighborhood in Portland, Oregon. Most mornings, I wake up to the hum of my alarm, grab a cup of coffee, and get to work, hoping one day I'll be more than just a 9-to-5 guy. I'm a software developer, stuck between the grind of a day job and the dream of something bigger. But lately, I've been questioning if any of it's even worth it. There's always this tension hanging in the air, something I can't shake, a looming sense of betrayal I didn't see coming. It was a normal family dinner, nothing special. My Uncle Theo, an influential tech mogul, sat at the head of the table. As always, he had everything: the mansion, the fancy car, the success. And then there was me, working late nights at some mediocre startup, barely scraping by. Uncle Theo had always been dismissive, but this time, he crossed the line. He said it loud enough for everyone to hear. "You're just a failure with dreams, Cole. You'll never get anywhere." Those words stung. I'd sacrificed so much, late nights coding, weekends spent working on side projects, and yet, to him, I was nothing. To him, my aspirations were just a joke, but I wasn't going to let that slide. That night, I sat there, trying to keep my composure. The words burned in my chest. My mom avoided eye contact, as if she knew what was happening but didn't want to step in. I could feel my heart pounding in my ears. My uncle's voice echoed in the room. "You're wasting your time." It wasn't just an insult. It felt like a betrayal. This was someone I trusted, someone I looked up to, and he'd just shattered that trust in front of everyone. The worst part? It was calculated, like he'd been waiting for the moment to knock me down. The next day, I took a long walk. I didn't know what to do at first. Anger was bubbling inside me, but I knew reacting in the moment would only give him what he wanted. Instead, I pulled out my phone and called Theo. His tone was smug on the other end, but I kept my voice calm, steady. "I'll show you I'm not a failure," I said, and hung up. No more words, no more proving myself to him. I was going to do it, quietly, through my work. Weeks passed, and while Theo continued to bask in his world of privilege, I focused on my side project, a mobile app I'd been quietly developing in my spare time. As the app started gaining traction, I heard whispers about Theo's empire starting to crumble. There were rumors of shady business practices, of employees being mistreated. I didn't respond to his texts anymore, the ones asking how my little project was coming along. Instead, I let silence be my answer, but I could feel it, Theo's discomfort. He was starting to panic. Then, the twist came. My app was picked up by a major tech company. Overnight, it went viral. The recognition was overwhelming, but what really hit hard was the public revelation. Theo's company had been involved in a massive scandal. The same company that once ignored me now had its skeletons dragged into the light, all because of its founder's greed. As I stood there, watching the public humiliation unfold, I realized this wasn't just success. This was my revenge, and it was so much sweeter than I'd ever imagined. Theo's empire started to crumble, bit by bit. His reputation was ruined, his resources drained. Meanwhile, I was getting offers, recognition, everything I'd worked for. The best part? It wasn't about proving him wrong. It was about proving to myself that I was more than his words. Now, I've found peace. The lesson is simple. Don't let others define your worth. Fight for your dreams. What's your story? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.